Okay. Let's be very serious. Ready? I'm Kate. I'm Camille.
And I'm Allison.
And you're watching Homo habilis Exposed! Okay, ready?
Hi, I'm Homo habilis. A day in their life takes us to sub-Saharan Africa, anywhere from 2.4 to 1.5 million years ago, where we will examine how their structure serves them through their quest to conquer another day and to master the world they find themselves in.
Homo habilis, tiny but mighty. Though the average Homo habilis stood at 5 feet tall, weighing in at roughly 100 pounds, its structure suggests a sophisticated design built for greatness. A day in their life takes us to sub-Saharan Africa, anywhere from 2.4 to 1.5 million years ago.
These large brains allow for the kind of complex thinking that allows Homo habilis to get its nickname, the handy man. Their ability to create tools and manipulate their surroundings are what give way to their scientific name, derived from the Latin words homo, meaning human, and habilis, meaning handy or skillful. The Homo habilis approached problems in a different way than the species before had done. They could look at a stone and see its potential to make daily life more efficient.
For the first time in history, they made and utilized tools to solve problems. These tools were known as choppers, as they were used to chop, scrape, and cut plants and animals. These tools were simple stone tools with a hard core with flakes removed from the surface to create a hardened edge. Upon the discovery of the Homo habilis, researchers also uncovered tools, carefully whittled stones, to help them.
Additionally, their brains were human-like, with the bulge of Broca's area, something needed for speech, showing that the species was physically capable of speech. Though we cannot prove with certainty what kind of language they might have used, we know that the Homo habilis may have communicated via a simple, guttural language, but did not have a complex written or spoken language like their later descendants.
They had human-like teeth with a defined jaw and a developed brow ridge. According to the Smithsonian National Museum of History, after studying the teeth of Homo habilis, it was found that their diet was flexible and versatile. They were capable of eating a wide range of foods, and it would not be uncommon to find the handyman eating leaves, woody plants, animal tissue, brittle nuts and seeds, or dried meat.
Some brains and dental structure, one other skeletal structure that's incredibly powerful, bipedalism. They stood hunched over, with their core posture making them appear even shorter. They had long ape-like arms, but were bipedal, walking nearly the same way humans do today. Their legs were relatively short compared to their long arms. Their brain case was fuller and rounder due to the expanding size of the brain. The hole for the spinal cord was in the center of the skull base.
Homo habilis, however, did not regularly eat or specialize in eating the nuts or dried meats, again, evident of their dental microwear. Bones with butchering marks have also been found to date back to the Homo habilis, meaning that they ate meat and had protein in their diet. Still, their communications and strategies formed a central touchstone for the species' culture. They'd frequently meet to gather and hunt, and since they did not have permanent home bases, their familiarity was rooted in their relations with each other. Homo habilis were found to not have fire since they came before Homo erectus. Because of this, Homo habilis did not cook their food and did not have the community aspect associated with fire.
Originally, when Homo habilis was first discovered in the mid-1960s, it was a controversial topic because many scientists did not believe the validity of the species. At that time, scientists believed that all specimens should be assigned into the Australopithecus or the Homo erectus genus. Today, Homo habilis is widely accepted as a species. Some scientists, however, still believe that many early fossils that were assigned to Homo habilis are too fragmented are separated by too much time and do not provide enough evidence to assign them to Homo habilis. For example, Homo habilis specimens with larger features, specifically the brain and teeth, are assigned as Homo rudolfensis.
A hot sun rises on the Serengeti Plain. This land, flat and dry as it is great and mysterious, is just right for one extraordinary species to call home. They exemplified innovation. They braved wild obstacles. They fought for survival and learned to master the chaos of nature with brain power and will.
The first fossil of Homo habilis was found in 1963 in the Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania. This fossil, however, was trampled by cattle, and much of the skull was ruined. Instead, the fossil consists of teeth and skull fragments. While this was not a huge find concerning the number of fossils, it was incredibly important because it marked the introduction of a new species. The most complete skull found is KNM-ER 1470. This fossil shows us that the brain case of Homo habilis is much larger than any Australopithecine skull ever found, but lacks the large brow ridge typical of Homo erectus. This solidified the argument that this was in fact a different species than either an Australopithecus or a Homo erectus. Some people, however, call this a Homo rudolfensis skull instead of a Homo habilis skull.
In summary,
The Homo habilis species was one of our cousins in the middle of our known timeline, coming before the Homo ergaster but after the Australopithecus garhi, overlapping with the Australopithecus africanus.
They were the first species to use tools, which helped them master their environment with efficiency.
They had a larger brain than most species before, which means they had a more fully developed prefrontal cortex so they could think about things with potential and strategy in mind, as well as that means that they had the possibility of using language.
They had variety in their diet. Some of these things that they ate include leaves, woody plants, animal tissue, brittle nuts, seeds, or dried meat.
We know they ate meat because of the bones with butchering marks found in their area.
They hunted and gathered together in groups, strategizing and communicating in groups as well.
They stood hunched over with large ape-like arms and shorter legs.
Bipedalism helped them conquer their environment, giving them the advantage of walking fast and carrying things at the same time.
They hunted and gathered together in groups, strategizing and communicating amongst each other. Some scientists hypothesize that the Homo habilis were nomadic, moving in accord with their prey.
Tiny but mighty.
Homo habilis